Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to take you inside of a really small master bedroom and give you some little tips on how to make this space feel a lot bigger than it actually is. I recently redid this bedroom and it is a small one. I'm going to walk you through a couple of things that we did to try to make the room feel as big as possible. We're first going to talk about the scale of furniture. When you have a smaller space, you want to try to trick the eye and create these illusions. So there's two different ways we accomplish that in this room. The first one is by using this regular sized armchair. When you're walking down the hallway towards this bedroom, the first view you have of the room is this armchair, which immediately tricks your brain into thinking it must be a larger room because there's a sitting area. Also, because it's a regular scale piece of furniture, you think, okay, so it's like a regular size room. But when you walk into the room, you see it is not a large space at all. But when you glance around the room, we wanted to make sure that the rest of the furniture had a really low profile. By having a lower profile bed and side tables, it elevates the wall height and makes the room feel a lot larger than it actually is. Now, one thought about beds. Don't compromise functionality for design. When it comes to getting a good night's sleep, really that needs to be the top priority in a bedroom. So if you want a king size bed in order to get optimal sleep, then make that work in your design. Don't sacrifice your sleep in order to have a smaller bed in the space that makes the room feel bigger. You will regret that decision. You'll notice we also use really small profile furniture right next to the regular size armchair. Small little ottoman as a side table with a smaller tray on it. It just creates this feeling like the space around it is larger than it actually is. Speaking about the scale of furniture, also consider the scale of the things you hang on the wall. We have two massive paintings above their headboard, again, really drawing attention to the height of the ceiling, which makes the room feel a lot bigger than it is. Okay, truth be told, the art on the opposite wall was a total mistake. It is a massive painting, and luckily the homeowners liked it and didn't want to return it, so we made it work in the space, but I misread the dimensions of that painting. It's huge. I thought I was getting two paintings that were going to equal the size of that one painting, but when it arrived, there were two paintings that massive size. So we put one on the staircase going down to the first floor, and we kept the other one in this master bedroom. It works, but that scale is a little massive, if you ask me. Probably the top talked about tip for making a room look bigger would be using a mirror. But in this space, we didn't have a lot of options as to where to put the mirror. So we actually don't have a massive mirror in the space, but any reflecting at all will increase the feel of the space. So we have one full-length mirror tucked in next to this armchair, and it does reflect the things on the opposite wall. It does create an illusion of the space being bigger, even though it's not a really large mirror. The third thing to consider is, do you need to have traditional bedroom furniture? If you look around this room, you'll notice there is no dresser. So even though they have really small closets, they made the most use out of the space inside their closets, which unfortunately I could not show you. But all of their clothing are inside of their small closets, which allowed us to not have a dresser in the space. And by not having a dresser, it really did make room for us to have that armchair. When you're considering a color scheme, there's a couple of different ways you can take it that will make the room feel bigger. You could have one really dark, dramatic accent wall, and it actually will elongate the length of the space by drawing your eye towards this dark wall. Or you can do the total opposite and just have everything really light and airy and monochromatic. And that's sort of the vibe we went with in this room. We brought in some really soft purples, really soft taupes, and nice gentle colors to really make the space feel light and airy and open. Now, luckily for the homeowners, they have a really pretty bay window in this really old home, and just getting that little bit of extra square footage on that side of the room, and also by bringing in so much natural light, those two things also make this room feel a lot bigger than it actually is. You'll notice that we mounted the TV instead of resting it on a piece of furniture. This just allows there to be more floor space, and the more floor space there is, the bigger the room feels. Hey, do you have any friends that have small bedroom spaces? I'd love for you to share this video with them, and maybe they'll get some tips to make their bedroom feel bigger and more spacious. For our area rug selection, we decided to keep something really light and neutral. It doesn't contrast the floors too much. It doesn't really make a massive statement. It's just a really neutral, light area rug. It's wonderful underneath their feet. It's nice and warm, but what it does is it doesn't draw attention down. By all of the other things we brought into the room, we wanted our eyes to be lifted up to really bring attention to the high ceilings. So keeping a really neutral area rug keeps our eyes fixed on the things we want it to be fixed on while still providing something lovely underneath their feet. I'm a huge fan of, whenever possible, bringing a hanging light fixture into bedroom spaces. It creates such a warmth and a cozy vibe inside of a bedroom, but also it does create an illusion like the room is bigger than it is, because a small cavernous room surely wouldn't be able to have a light hanging from the ceiling, right? So by bringing in a hanging light fixture, not only do you create this beautiful glow and a lovely atmosphere from the light from that fixture, but also your eye is tricked and you think that the room is bigger than it actually is. Okay, so to recap, we have large scale furniture to make you think that it's a regular size room. We have low profile furniture to make the ceilings look higher and the room therefore look bigger. We have large scale art, which also draws your eye upwards and makes the room feel bigger. Also, including a hanging light fixture will give the illusion like you have enough space to do something so extravagant in a small room. Of course, using a mirror is going to enlarge any space that you put it in. And using a monochromatic color palette can really help make a space feel airy and open. And of course, where possible, mount that TV to the wall to create more floor space. Keep your area rug neutral so your eye's not competing with where to look when you walk in the room. And if you put all these things together, you can make a tiny little bedroom feel much larger and much more grand than it actually is. Comment below and let me know if you have any other suggestions about how you can make a small space feel bigger, and I will see you guys next time right here at I Am Loved.